Welcome to practice. My name is Terne, and today we'll be going through a practice that serves as a little introduction to the Kundalini practice. So this is a great place to land. If you're new to the practice, you want to understand kind of the foundations, a little bit of the background around Kundalini. We'll start by closing down the eyes and just getting comfortable in our seat. You can prop your hips up on a blanket, a bolster, or a block so that you have plenty of space to sit. Kundalini yoga, we do a lot of meditations. There is a fair amount of sitting in this practice. If sitting cross-legged is uncomfortable for you, know that with practice it will get more comfortable. And in the meantime, always feel free to use your props at home to get that comfortable seat. And you can always take your legs out, shake them out, and bring them back at any point that you need to. Begin to become aware of your breath, breathing in and out. Kundalini yoga is the yoga of awareness. So we use our breath as a tool of awareness, breathing, beginning to connect to the present moment. It's noticing how you feel, how your energy already shifts as you sit and breathe. And Kundalini is a practice that's designed to give us an experience of elevation and well-being through raising the flow of energy or Kundalini in each of us. So it raises this flow of energy through our movements, through our breath, through chant, mudras, and meditation. All really intentionally designed. Taking in some deeper, fuller breaths. And you can open your eyes if you like. So we're going to do a tune in. So before every Kundalini yoga practice, we tune in with a chant. And this chant goes Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. You can repeat after me. Ong, O-N-G, Ong. And when we Ong, the tongue reaches the top of the palate and it vibrates there as we chant. So you can repeat after me. Ong. Ong. So when you chant Ong, that tongue is vibrating at the top of the palate. Your gaze is in between the brows. So your eyes are closed, but your gaze is between the brows at the third eye. And you're actually hugging your energy, activating the pineal gland. So your pineal gland is associated with being able to tap into higher levels of consciousness. So Kundalini yoga has this understanding that consciousness or awareness is tied to our biology, right? Is tied to our physiology. So it works with this biological component of consciousness through working a lot with the secretion of chemicals in the brain, right, which are governed by our glands. So we know that certain chemicals, right, make us feel different ways, right? There's a stress chemical, cortisol, when we're feeling stressed. There's also feel-good chemicals like dopamine, right? So it's all chemicals that are working in our brain, giving us our different states of being. So Kundalini works a lot with the glandular system to elevate us, right? To stimulate release of those really healthy, feel-good chemicals. So there's a powerful science behind Kundalini Yoga. So all that to say, when you chant Ong, right, energy is at the pineal gland. So Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. So what does this translate to? It translates to, I call on the creative, infinite consciousness of the universe. I call on the divine wisdom within me. Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. So we're going to break this chant down. And so repeat after me. Ong. Now you try. Ong. Namo. Now you try. Namo. Second part. Guru Dev Namo. Now you give it a try. Guru Dev Namo. Okay, we'll do that again, breaking it into two pieces this time. Om Namo. So let's try that piece together. Remembering the gaze at the brow point, remembering to bring the tongue to the top of the palate when we chant Ong. Om Namo. Second piece. Guru Dev Namo. Let's do that second piece together again. Guru Dev Namo. Now we'll string it all together. So I will chant, you can chant with me, and then we'll do it again together. Exhaling your breath out, taking in a deep inhale. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Twice more together. Deep inhale. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Awesome. So let's do this tune-in together now that you've learned Om Namo Guru Dev Namo, our tune-in. So when we tune in, we rub the palms together, we stimulate the nerve endings, and we take the thumbs to the heart. The thumbs press into the sternum, the elbows come out wide. So we'll chant Om Namo Guru Dev Namo 3 times as our official tune-in for the class. And just translating it once more for us, I call on the creative infinite consciousness of the universe. I call on the divine wisdom within me. So we do this chant to tune in, right? To really set that intention for our practice, to connect with the infinite within us. Exhaling all our breath. Deep inhale to tune in. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Taking in a deep inhale. Filling the belly, filling the chest with breath. And then lift up your root lock. Engage your anus, your sexual muscles, your pelvic floor lifts up and in. This is Mula Bandha. This is your root lock. Acts as a container of your energy as you send your breath up. Remembering that in our Kundalini yoga practice, we're lifting up our energy. We're elevating our energy. Engaging the root lock. You'll notice you can really hold your breath as you engage the root lock. And then Jalandhar Bandha, pull the neck back gently, the chin tucks, so the back of the neck is long, the crown of the head reaching directly up. Good, and exhale here. Awesome, so that's the first part of our tune-in. Some classes will also chant the Mangala Charan protection chant, also known as Adi Mantra. So I'm going to break this chant down for us as well, as the intention of this class is really to just give you a foundation. What are some of the practices that we're using in Kundalini Yoga that maybe we breeze through in the beginning of most of our kriyas? Breaking them down for us here. So the Adi Mantra goes Ad Gure Name. And you can repeat after me. Ad Gure Name. And this means I bow to the primal wisdom. So this Adi Mantra chant, we're wrapping protection around us. So as we chant, we're sending, there's 4 parts to this chant. We chant each part in a different direction. So Ad Gure Name, you're energetically imagining this chant sending protection to the front of your being. Next part of the chant, Jugad Gure Name, which means I bow to the wisdom of the ages. So you can send that energy to the right as you chant Jugad Gure Name. You can repeat after. Jugad Gure Name. Third part of the chant, Sat Gure Name, which means I bow to the true wisdom. Sat Gure Name. Repeat after me. Sat Gure Name. So sending that energy to the back as you do this chant. And then the last piece, Siddhi Guru Deve Name. Siddhi Guru Deve Name, which means I bow to the great invisible wisdom. You can send that to your left. So we go through this Adi Mantra 3 times, just like we did our first tune-in. So let's speak through the chant once more, and then we can dive right into chanting together. So, Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siddhi Guru Deve Name. Okay? So just doing your best. You can rewind this as many times as you need to get the chant, or as you practice, you'll pick it up. So we'll do this part together. Rubbing the palms, sending them to the heart, and taking in a deep inhale. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siddhi Guru Deve Name. Sending the chant around you. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siddhi Guru Deve Name. Once more. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siddhi Guru Deve Name. Deep inhale. Engage your root lock, your Mula Bandha. Send the breath energy up. Draw the chin back gently. Back of the neck is long, crown is tall. Jalandhar Bandha, the throat lock. Gaze is between the brow, the pineal gland. And exhale. Good. So that's our tune-in. This is calling in our intention, and really the Kundalini practice is opening up many different elements of our bodies, right? The Kundalini yoga tradition has us having 10 bodies, right? So lots of energetic levels, the aura, in addition to the physical and the mental and the emotional. So really good to be bringing in that protection, psychic protection, as we do these chants. Another few pieces about Kundalini that I know when I first started, I wasn't always clear on. Some basics is that it's good to do the practice on an empty stomach, and it's also good to drink lots of water after the practice to just keep you emotionally balanced, because these are really potent practices. You'll see Kundalini yogis often sitting on a sheepskin rug. This is encouraged because the natural fibers help protect you from the Earth's electromagnetic fields. These are all options, right? You know, they're suggestions based on the lineage, but I kind of take what works for me and leave what doesn't. You'll notice that Kundalini yoga, we're often wearing white, also natural fibers. And this is because white is said to be psychologically uplifting, as well as expansive for your aura or your energy. So especially as a teacher, right, we want to be able to convey ourselves in a strong manner. And then the last piece is in Kundalini yoga, you'll often see people wearing head coverings. And this is similar to the sheepskin rug, is to strengthen your own electromagnetic field and also contain the energy and this, that's circulating to the brain. So suggestion, you'll see people kind of wearing head coverings or turbans. That's kind of the background on that. I don't wear a head covering most of the time because it always falls off my head anyways, but again, it's kind of one of those where you take what works and leave what doesn't, from my perspective. Okay, so those are just kind of a few things to keep in mind. Also, Kundalini yoga, the lineage that we practice was taught to us by Yogi Bhajan, right? And he's the teacher who came from India, brought Kundalini yoga to the West. He's the teacher of many different kriyas. Kriyas are set exercises for different intentions or goals. So you'll see in our practice catalog, there's many different kriyas that have different things, like a kriya for liver vitality or a kriya to expand your aura. So these are all taught specifically by Yogi Bhajan, including how you're moving, what the breath is, how long you're doing each piece of the kriya. And so it's very powerful practice and very specific and intentional. And then the last piece I'll say is that Yogi Bhajan, as a teacher, brought us so much wisdom. And as a person, he was human, and there's definitely things that have become unearthed that, you know, there were things that weren't so great or ideal about his humanness. I'll let you look that up. But I felt like it was important to name here in this introduction to Kundalini that there were things that weren't somewhat problematic about Yogi Bhajan, but at the same time, we take his teachings as teachings that came from a place of great wisdom. And isn't that just the nature of the dual nature of things, that all of our gurus, all our teachers are also humans, and we take the light with the dark. So, of course, that's my personal perspective, but it felt necessary to name that here as myself as a teacher of Kundalini yoga. Okay, so we did our tune-in. We got a little background on Kundalini. I'm going to lead us through a few warm-ups just to kind of get exposure to that part, and then we'll have a little relaxation. So the first thing we'll do is breath of fire. We use breath of fire a lot in Kundalini yoga. It's a powerful breath that releases toxins. It expands our lung capacity. It strengthens our navel, increasing our vitality. And it also helps to repair the balance between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system, kind of increasing our resistance to stress. So working directly with the nervous system. So with the breath of fire, you're exhaling sharply as you pump the navel in through the nose. So exhaling through the nose. And then your inhale breath fills down below the diaphragm. The inhale happens on its own, exhaling sharply. So you pump, inhale happens naturally. So you're doing this exhale pumping on a rhythm. And you'll take the rhythm that works for you. When we do breath of fire, as part of Ego Eradicator, we reach our arms up, we take the forefinger into the pads and the thumbs reaching out, kind of making a 60-degree angle. And then our gaze is closed up at the brow point again. So we begin. Pumping the navel, making those sharp exhales. And the inhale's happening naturally. And use the rhythm that works for you. You want to make sure that you are indeed inhaling and taking in breath. You shouldn't be getting lightheaded, right? Breath of fire can be uncomfortable if we're just starting. Also, a note about breath of fire is that you don't do breath of fire if you're pregnant or on your first 3 days of your menstrual cycle. Giving it another 15 seconds, really stretching out through the arms, perfecting your posture. And then drawing your thumbs together, reaching your forefingers up, reaching the biceps in towards your ears. Take a deep inhale. Engage your root lock, your Mula Bandha. Engage the throat lock. Send your energy up, all the way up the length of your spine, all the way up to the crown. Exhale all your breath here, but keep the arms. Inhale fully. Engage your root lock again. And then exhale, sweep your arms down and up by your sides. Good, so that was our breath of fire. Now we're gonna come into cat-cow. This is just a little spinal warm-up. Spread your fingertips wide, knees underneath your hips. So if you've practiced Hatha or Vinyasa, you might be familiar with cat-cow. In Kundalini, we take a rigorous breath through most of our exercises or warm-ups. So your inhale, you're gonna come into cow, take in a full inhale. Exhale, press into cat. And you're gonna move as quickly as you can with the breath. Eyes closed down. So keep going here. So Kundalini, we work a lot with the spine, the flexibility of the spine, especially the spine as the main pathway for our nervous system, right? As well as the main energetic pathway. The spine with each of our chakras, right? Our energy centers that align along the spine. Keep going. And here we'll also introduce the mantra Sat Nam. Sat Nam means truth is my identity. So on your inhale, you can mentally chant Sat. Exhale, mentally chant Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Now inhale, cow. Engage your root lock. Exhale, Nam. Good. We'll take one more moving warm up. You'll take the feet hip distance. On your inhale, you'll reach your arms up, palms lifting up towards the ceiling. Exhale, coming down to the ground. So inhale up, exhale down. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Inhale, reach the arms up. Engage your root lock. Send the energy, the breath upwards. Exhale, Nam. Coming down into a seat. Okay, so another big piece of Kundalini Yoga is the mantra or the chant practice. So today we're going to do a little bit of Sat Kriya. You'll come into rock pose or seated on your heels. If you need to put a blanket underneath, you can do that as well. Always important to get comfortable. And then you'll take your hands left over right for feminine energy, right over left for masculine. Arms reach up. And on your inhale, you're going to say Sat. And as you say Sat, you'll pull the navel up and in, kind of like you did Breath of Fire. Sat, Nam. And when you say Nam, you'll relax the belly, the navel area. Sat, Nam. So if you're not used to chanting, so powerful to use and activate your voice using these mantras, these sacred vibrations, right? Sat, Nam. Okay, so let's close our eyes, gaze at the brow point. We're going to do just a minute here. Ready? Sat, Nam. Sat, Nam. Using the navel. Sat, Nam. Strong arms up to the cosmos. Sat, Nam. 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 Keep going. Sending waves of healing energy rippling across the body. Through your mantra, truth is my name, Sat Nam. Right? Through the powerful energy you're channeling in the body. Just another 10 seconds. Sat, Nam. Sat, Nam. Sat, Nam. Sat, Nam. Deep inhale. Sending the breath energy up, engage your root lock, engage the throat lock, contain your energy. Feel the expansion of your energetic field. And exhale, sweep your arms down by your sides. So we're going to come onto our back for a little relaxation. Palms face up. So really important in our Kundalini practice that we take the time to integrate. Today we didn't do a lot of movement because it was a lot of introduction. But in every Kundalini yoga class that we do here or anywhere, always carving out that time to take your Shavasana, your corpse pose, and integrate. And as you're resting here, I'll also mention that Kundalini Yoga works a lot with a beautiful library of music. And here on practice we chant on our own. But most Kriyas have some integration with specific songs, specific chants. It's a big element of the practice. We don't play other people's music on practice. In my classes specifically, but just acknowledging that piece of the Kundalini Yoga practice. And taking in a deep breath. Rub the palms and the feet together. And roll onto one side and press yourself up to the seat. Finding your comfortable seat. And then we close every Kundalini Yoga practice with chanting Sat Nam once more. We'll chant it 3 times, taking a really long Sat and a short nam. So rub the palms together, draw the thumbs to the heart. Inhale. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Opening the eyes. Thank you so much for practicing with us today. I hope this was a useful introduction. Take care.